Hello and welcome once again to a brand new video. This is my annual New Year's message to you guys. So it's New Year's Eve on the 31st of December 2020 as I record this. So I really do wish you all the best for 2021 and hopefully, I know this has been a really tough year for everyone. Hopefully, fingers crossed, 2021 will bring you happiness and joy and the normal life that we all crave. I think it will be a long road to that point, but hopefully at least by the end of 2021 we can look back on the year as us getting back to normal. But what I usually do around about this time of year is review the year that's gone before. So we're going to have a full YouTube analytics review, as I always do, fully transparent, fully honest, and show you guys how it's gone. We'll look back at my goals from the start of the year and whether we've hit any of them, and then we'll look forward to my goals and aspirations for 2021. So I'm really looking forward to it, actually. It'll be something that I haven't done since this time last year. I did go through a phase where we had a sort of quarterly analytics review, but I just stopped doing them for whatever reason that was. But here we are, ready and raring to go. We've got the TubeBuddy year in review video that lots of YouTubers churn out at this time of year, but it is very good. So we will have a little look at it. You can see all three of my channels are on here. It's still called Captain Goodspeed Retro over on TubeBuddy for whatever reason, but that is the Captain Goodspeed Players channel. We've got the Captain Goodspeed Maths channel, which hasn't had a video uploaded to it for a long time. More on that later. And then, of course, Captain Goodspeed, which is why we're all here today. So let's find out how 2020 went for the channel. I'm not expecting it to be fantastic, or at least it's not going to be our best one yet. So we'll turn the sound off because I'm sure you guys have heard it 1,000 times. But here we go. Click to start. I'm nervous for this. First, let's go back all the way to the 1st of January 2020, before any of this all happened. We had 13,500 subs, nearly 4 million views. Top 3 uploads. Number 3, Train Sim World 2. Number 2, F1 2020. I'm happy about that one. And number 1, 2 Point Hospital. I mean, that's kind of says it all, doesn't it? But there you go. Performance versus last year. Yeah. Well, there you go. There you go. I mean, I'm looking forward to looking at these in more detail. Certainly had some very interesting things. What a year. 2020 has been a tough year. Through it all, video has helped to bring us together and unite as a community. We believe it's more important than ever to take a moment to celebrate you and everything you've been able to accomplish. Okay, well, that's from TubeBuddy, but some very interesting things in there, and I'm sure you will have seen my face drop a little bit. But which we'll talk about, in a little bit. So this is how we begun. 13,500 subscribers we had this time last year. We had just under 4 million views and around about 2,100 videos on the channel. The top 3 videos, Train Sim World 2, when I did a first look of that. Pretty proud of that thumbnail, actually. It's quite nice looking back at that. Nice and simple. And there you go, riding the tube. I mean, 17,000 people have tuned into that. Now, I've had a lot of nice comments about that one, actually, which is quite nice because it's something very different for the channel. Number 2, F1 2020, my team career mode with Jordan GP. 18,000 views. I'm very, very proud of that one. And, looking forward to maybe doing season 3 of that series. At some point in March or so when the new season comes about. I am currently playing through F1 2010, so make sure that you check out that series because that is still the best F1 game in my opinion. And then 2 Point Hospital, a game, very different for the channel, and people loved that when it was out. and I really should have continued it. You know, a little regret of mine was not playing that more, but you know, it did very well. 21,000 views. You know, I'll certainly settle for that. It's certainly not hitting the heights of 2019 or 2018, and you know, I think that does disappoint me somewhat. That my biggest video this year was 21,000 views, when in both of the previous years we've had 200,000 view videos. So yeah, here we go then. Subscribers gain. So in 2019, we had over 7,000 new subscribers. This year, just less than 3,000. So straight away, you know, I think it's clear that we've hit a stumbling block in terms of the channel growth this year. It's down 60% on what it was last year. Views gained, we got 2.3 million views last year, only 1.5 million views this year, which, you know, considering we haven't had as many subscribers, I'm quite happy with that. But then you look at this. Apparently I have made 1,000 videos in 2020 alone. That is an insane amount of videos that I've made. And you know, to be fair, it's from all the Let's Plays that we did during Lockdown 1, as it's called. I was doing virtually 3 videos a day. We had the content we have now virtually, and then we had the daily Let's Play. So we had the James Bond games. I played The Last of Us 2, Call of Duty. Lots and lots of games came out. And, well, there you go, 1,000 videos, 1.5 million views. So that's an average of about 1,500 views a video, I think, if you do the maths on that, which I guess isn't too bad. How you're ending the year then? So we've got 16,400 subscribers. 5.5 million views and over 3,000 uploads now. 33,000 likes this year, so a massive thank you for that. Nearly 14,000 comments, 1,600 shares, which is amazing, and 124,820 hours watched, which is awesome. Because you only actually need 4,000 hours watched to get monetization enabled on your channel, as well as 1,000 subscribers. So, you know, whenever we're hitting that in 1 year, it's amazing. And, you know, absolutely smashing it out of the park like that is great. So that's the TubeBuddy sort of year in review, if you like. We'll take a closer look at it, and then we'll have a little look at my goals. Or I think we'll turn that around. We'll look at the goals now, and then we'll head back to the analytics review for the hardcore Captain Goodspeed folk that want to see that. So here we go then. I thought we'd take a journey down memory lane, and we'd go back 2 years, in fact, to the end of 2018, when the channel was definitely growing at a rate of knots, really, after Tennis World Tour was released that year. I think F1 did particularly well that year as well, and of course we were building up towards the release of the snooker game in 2019. So my goals for 2019 were to hit 15,000 subscribers at the end of the year. We just came up short, really, on that one. We ended up with 13,500, I think. We said we wanted 2.5 million views at the end of the year. I smashed that one because we won, I think, just under 4 million at the start of 2020. And 1,000 views on average on most videos by the end of 2019. We absolutely smashed that. I was having a look at my analytics from this time last year, and the current state a few days ago, and some of the snooker videos were getting 3,000-4,000 views a video by the end of 2020. So, you know, that's the way it goes. And to continue enjoying it, which, you know, if I'm still doing it now, I think we smashed that one. So 2019 was a good year for goals. Let's have a look at 2020. So these were my goals for the year that's just gone. 20 to 25,000 subs at the end of the year. Yeah, I don't think we hit that one, did we? We're on 16.4, so we're not a million miles from it. But yeah, 20 to 25,000 was the target this year, and we fell a considerable amount short. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. I wanted 5 million views by the end of the year, which we have hit. We've got 5.5 million views on the channel. 3,000 views on average on most videos by the end of 2020, that should say, rather than 2019. And we're well off that. We are worryingly far from that, really. For where we are as a channel, to not be anywhere near that is disappointing, a bit disheartening, really, with the amount of effort I do put into YouTube. But yeah, again, we'll talk about that in a minute. To continue enjoying it, which is always a yearly target, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. This year I made over 1,000 videos, which is insane. When you think about that, that's averaging more than 3 videos a day. How have I done that? And to try something different, and we certainly did that during lockdown 1. We had the daily let's play of games that weren't sports related, and we brought them out on a daily basis at 8 p.m. and a lot of you guys really enjoyed that. Probably the people watching this video enjoyed that. The problem is it possibly alienated the other. Well, not necessarily alienated, but shall we say, destroyed the YouTube algorithm, because less people were watching the Let's Plays, so therefore YouTube was looking at my channel, oh, well, people aren't watching his content, therefore we won't recommend it. And I think that's why we've not done quite as well as a channel this year in terms of the views and the the subscribers is fine, but as you'll see in a minute, it doesn't really mean a lot to have a certain amount of subscribers anymore on YouTube, and we'll delve deeper into that in the YouTube analytics. But yeah, we tried something different. We certainly did that, and we succeeded with some things. The likes of Train Sim World and 2 Point Hospital absolutely smashed it on this channel. But then other ones, which is to be expected, the likes of The Last of Us 2, Spider-Man, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, they didn't do as well, and I suppose that is to be expected. So let's have a little look towards 2021 then, and you can see now why I'm so far away. From from the other goals, because I've got them all here on the left-hand side of the screen. And, the first goal is to try and achieve what I didn't achieve last year. 20 to 25,000 subscribers. If I could get towards the top end of that by the end of 2021, it'll be a very, very successful year indeed. I want to have 7.5 lifetime views on the channel. So we've got 5.5 at the minute. We got 1.5 million in 2020. So I don't see any reason why we can't hit 7 million lifetime views by the end of 2021. 500 subscribers on the second channel. So as you guys know, I have got the Captain Goodspeed Players channel, and that's where the Let's Plays will be moving. It hasn't been very active recently just because of the whole Christmas madness, but I am planning on uploading much more regularly to that channel, and hopefully getting it to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. And the next one is a bit of a surprise to me, because when I wrote it, I don't know what I was thinking, but 1,000 subscribers on the Maths channel. Now, the Maths channel's just been, plodding away in the background a little bit. And, as you guys know, I'm a maths teacher, full-time maths teacher, and funnily enough, the last couple of years that I've been teaching, first couple of years in teaching, I've wanted to do anything but do more teaching when I get home. So that's why the maths channel has sort of been neglected somewhat. But it's doing very, very well. Most videos on there have got over 2,000 views now, and there's well over 500 subscribers on there, which is nice. So I will potentially, we'll see at the end of the year whether I do this, but I would potentially like to upload the odd video on there and try and grow that channel a little bit, because I feel like that could be my ticket to full-time YouTube territory, or at least part-time YouTube territory, if we get that one right. So, and with the remote learning and whatever potentially on the horizon for lots of students, maybe that is something I could look to do. The next one's an interesting one. I got this idea from my good friend Mr. Toby Jones, TIJ Gaming, who also has a music channel, and he does fantastic content on his channel, or both of his channels. And I was talking to him about one-off videos, and these are your real growth makers. If you look at a lot of my videos that I've done well, it's first impressions videos, it's review videos, it's not necessarily experiment videos, but some of the snooker experiments we did earlier in the year did really well, and simulations, that sort of thing. So I want to do more one-off videos, and I've got a couple in the pipeline, Football Manager related, that I want to release in the new year, and hopefully they'll do all right. But it's the sort of thing I want to do, maybe once a month, make sure that I've got a one-off video out there, and what we like to call evergreen content. Part 36 of season 4 of Snooker 19 isn't exactly evergreen, because either the people watch it on the day that it comes out, or the couple of days around it, or they don't, and then it's not going to get many views in the future. Whereas an evergreen video, people can watch it all year round. They can watch it anytime, it can get recommended anytime to them, and it's something that will just keep ticking along. Toby has done an amazing job with Football Manager team guides for the last few years, and those have been massive view gainers for him, and I know that some of them are some of his most viewed videos for that reason. So it's definitely something that I want to tap into and want a bit of to try and bring more viewers in at the end of the day, because that's one of the reasons I do YouTube, is to share my content with as many people as possible, and it's at its most rewarding when you've got people watching your stuff, engaging with it, leaving likes, and much like you guys, getting involved in stuff like the Two-Phase project, which you guys have absolutely smashed, by the way. It was an absolute honour that so many people have become a member of the channel, or Patreon, or donated towards getting me new PC, which is capable of 4K content, which we've been releasing since early September. And it's been fantastic. So thank you very much for that. I will be eternally grateful for helping me with that. So yeah, that's the goals, and obviously to continue enjoying it. So those are the goals for 2021. I think they are achievable. If maybe a little pessimistic. But that's how I feel at the end of 2020, as I'm sure a lot of people do. But we'll head back to the YouTube analytics, and that is a snapshot of December 2020. You can see that's what we're looking at in December 2020. 80,000 views this month. A watch time of 6.7 K hours, which is awesome. 147 new subscribers, and I've earned £170.25. So that includes things like merchandise and memberships and stuff as well. But I just want to show you where we were last year. So if I quickly turn that into a 19, and then turn that into a 19, and turn that into a 31, Whoops. I always love this. How it doesn't work. There you go. And we can apply that one. And you can see where we were at this time last year. So in December last year, we had 106,000 views in that month. So, around about 30,000 more than this year. We had slightly more hours watch time, although admittedly, not as much of a jump as the number of views would suggest. Slightly more subs, not many more, 152. But we earned less money, and that's, mainly because of memberships. But I think also I'm getting paid more per ad this year, which is quite nice. It is quite nice. So, yeah, that's what we want to look at. So now I'm going to look at the year on a whole. So 2019, this is what the channel looked like. And already from the year in review, you can, probably see how it went here. So we had 2.3 million views last year. We had nearly 200,000 hours watched, 7,000 new subscribers, and we earned nearly $3,000 last year, which is crazy, isn't it? So let's have a look at 2020 then. And you can see straight away 1.5 million views this time, 120,000 hours watched, nearly 3,000 subscribers, and nearly £1,000 less earned, but still $2,000, which is an awesome amount of money. For doing something that I completely love doing. But those are just the snapshot of what's happened. These are the biggest videos of the year in terms of. I don't know how that one wasn't number one in the other list. Then that's very strange because that's the 22nd of Jan. How odd. But anyway, these were the biggest videos of 2020. And the amount of these that are old videos is crazy. Cricket 19, the first impressions of that one, nearly 70,000 views just this year. That video is very close to becoming my all-time most viewed video. It's on 275,000. Still got about 25,000 to go before it beat Tennis World Tour. Rugby 20, the first impressions of that one. I'm not a big rugby fan, so that was an interesting one to make. 40,000 views on that one. The first part of career mode of Tennis World Tour, the original Tennis World Tour, that came out in 2018. Another 32,000 views on that this year. Snooker 19, first impressions, 23,000 this year alone. All these figures are just from the 1st of January 2020. Most of these videos had a lot more views before that as well. There's the 2 Point Hospital video, number 5, 21,263. And then 6 to 10 you can see there. So we've got Tennis World Tour first impressions. AO Tennis 2, again, that was this year, that game. So once again, I'm interested in why that video is ranked. It is not even in the top 3 on the TubeBuddy, but again, it's in January, so maybe they don't count January videos. 18,938 for that one. F1 2020 number 1. Of course, we already know that one. Snooker 19 career mode number 1. So that's from 2019. That's had nearly 20,000 more views this year, and you can see a snapshot of I've had quite a few videos go over 10,000 this year, which is very nice. One of those being Tennis World Tour 2 number 1 as well, and the Olympics video that we did back in February, that has had more than 10,000 views. MotoGP manager career mode, 11,000 there. Very nice to see. A pool review, Pool Nation, that's an odd one to see up in the top 10. But there you go. You can pause the video and have a little look at the amount of views we've had this year. Cricket 07. That's a very interesting one. How many views has that now had? Because that came out in 2018, I'm pretty sure. So that's had 6,000 views this year alone. It's a pity. Well, the thing is, I don't want to break it. But let's click it anyway. It's not that much of a hassle to get back to 2020. If we look on the analytics for that, that's the last... God, it's had 600 views in the last 28 days. Since lifetime, 10,000. We'll settle for that. The Retro Show very much appreciates a little bit of love now and again. So yeah, very cool. Very cool. And there we go. We're back to 2020 now. And yeah, I just want to, show you all of the stats, really. So these are the reach. So, how many people have saw content of mine, not necessarily clicked on it, how many people have saw it. So 18.2 million impressions. So, that many times people have found a video of mine, which is awesome. The impressions to click-through rate, so only 4.7% of people that see the video click on it, which is interesting. These are both down on last year, and of course 1.5 million views this year. The traffic sources. Now, this is something really, really interesting, actually, that completely baffles me and the way I use YouTube. It shows that you lot do not use it the way I use it. So, this is how the people that have clicked on your video, how did they find it? Well, 6.6 million people found it through a YouTube search. So that might be through typing in Snooker19 at the top of YouTube, the traditional way that you would find stuff. The next bit is browse features. Now, browse features are anything to do with the YouTube home, your subscription feed, and that sort of thing. So if I click on browse features now, you can see here that 3 million people saw my videos through YouTube home. They weren't necessarily subscribed. It was just recommended on the YouTube homepage when they went onto that. Only 2 million of the 18 million impressions that I got were through subscriptions. Now, that's more than I thought it would be. But that's people going onto their subscription feed. And then you can see we only got 69,000 views from that. So nearly 2 million times people went into their sub feed. Only 69,000 of them times did they actually click on the video, which is, again, very interesting. Watch later, I don't really know why they're on 0, but 3,000 people have added me to the watch later, and 7,000 people have watched me in their watch history. So, yeah, it's very nerdy. I'm a mathematician at the end of the day. You might not be interested in this sort of thing, but hey, if you got to this part of the video, you must be more interested than you're letting on. So yeah, here's the other traffic sources. You can see external, so that might be from a Google search. Suggested videos, so that's what's on the right-hand side when you're watching either my videos or somebody else's. 13% of the time, that's when people have clicked it. Playlists, 6.1%, really interested in that, and others is 13.1%. You can see the external traffic. Most of them are from Google search, although they are there are other things on other websites apparently of my videos. I don't particularly want to click any of these links by the looks of it, but there you go. Some people are accessing it through there. Suggested videos, the videos that suggest my videos the most are, funnily enough, my videos. Traffic source, these are things people search. Rugby 20, quite a few people search. Captain Goodspeed with a space in it, how dare you, was also there. Snooker 19, 2 Point Hospital, Tennis World Tour. I mean, to see Captain Goodspeed being the second most popular thing to search is very nice, because that means people are searching for me. They're not bothered about Cricket Captain 2018 gameplay. Ronnie O'Sullivan, interestingly, people 1,800 of my views have come from people searching Ronnie O'Sullivan. Now that is crazy. I don't know how far down I am on the Ronnie O'Sullivan search list, but there you go. These are the playlists that have been the most popular. So the Ronnie O'Sullivan Career Mode is the most popular. AO Tennis 2 Career, Tennis World Tour Career, F1 2020 Career. They are the most popular popular playlists. There you go. 18.2 million, 26.8% from YouTube recommending my videos, so 14% on homepage, 11% on others. Viewers seeking my content is 73%. Now that's what we need to improve by next year. I would absolutely love it if we could try and shift that bar up towards 40-50%. YouTube recommending our content. That is the target next year. Engagement then. So how much did you guys actually watch? The watch time in hours is nearly 126,000 hours watched. The average view duration is about 5 minutes, which is very, very similar to last year. It always will be. Now this is what is quite funny, really. I can see how much of the video you guys are watching in general. So if you take the most recent Snooker 19 video, for instance, by 28 seconds, 52% of people are no longer watching. Or at least they're not watching that bit. Only 52% of people are watching that moment. Which is crazy. You're 30 seconds into a video and half of the people have already clicked somewhere else. Now, I would get it if you want to get through the intro and you want to maybe get to the first frame. But crazily enough, it just keeps going down to where 10% of people were watching at this point, at the start of frame 3 by the looks of it, and only 23%, it's funny, because it comes back up towards the end, which suggests that a quarter of the people that watch Snooker 19 might well skip to the end and just find out the result, which I just find bizarre. The Merry Christmas video, you can see I held people's attention a little bit longer. It went up towards the end. An FM video, very interesting. Very interesting how an FM video works. You can see there is a spike here. I'm guessing there was a goal. Maybe not. Who knows? I mean, this was the most dramatic end to... well, there you go, the Callum McGregor moment. So yeah, 61% of people tuned in, which is nice. If you look at a normal FM video, it just sort of tails off towards the end, but there are spikes in it, which is interesting, and that tails off massively towards the end of the video. But that's the sort of engagement you're looking at. Top videos in terms of watch time are there on the left there. The top playlists are there. We've already seen that. The end screen element types, I don't know how many clicks we've had, but maybe we'll have a little gander at the end screen, because that's something I've done a little bit differently this year. So overall this year we've had nearly 2,000 end screen clicks. Mostly it's the playlist or the best for viewer things that people click, which is nice to see. Sometimes the most recent upload as well, which is cool. So there you go. Cool. What else do we want to look at? Is there anything else on this one? Top cards. I don't really do cards anymore, so that's understandable. Audience, unique viewers and things. So you can see how many unique viewers we have per day. Which is, again, very interesting, that. Very, very interesting. And then average views per viewer and the number of subscribers that we have as well. So you can see my best day of the year was 38 new subscribers in July, so that would have been around about F1. And then some new FM subscribers back in November. My worst day was losing 5 of you lot on the 14th of November. Interestingly, this is when you guys are on, apparently. You can see the darkened in purple is when you're mostly on YouTube watching my videos. So you can see most people watch it between 12 and 6, which is why my videos get released then. 20% of you have got all notifications turned on. These are the weekly recommendations of when I upload videos. Let me know, by the way, in the comment section below, what are your viewing habits? That would be very, very interesting to find out. I feel like I might do some sort of survey video on that. And you can see most people watch in the UK these days, 40%, 8% in the US, 6% in India still, quite a lot in Australia and Germany as well, interestingly enough. Most people that watch my stuff aren't subscribed, which is good. That means it's getting out to people that have not seen me before or haven't decided to click the subscribe button. So the higher that number is, the better for me. Age and gender, so 6.2% of females or of people that watch this are female. Male is 93.8%. I feel like that's been closer to 10-15% in the past, but hey, we will live and learn. Most people are between 25 and 34 that watch my videos, which is to be expected. 18 to 24 is there. 17 to 0.8 for 35 to 44. So, most of my people are between 18 and 54, which is good. I have a strong suspicion most of those lots are my students from school. Hello, if you're watching. Top subtitle /CC languages, no subtitles on 98%, but actually nearly 2% watching English subtitles, which is interesting. Other videos that your audience watched: funny snooker moments, Kev, Lelujo, there you go. Lelujo, Dr. Benji, best shots of 2020. Dr. Benji, Arava, home of snooker, 25 really rare snooker flukes in history. There you go. You guys are easily pleased, aren't you? And the revenue, you can see that, it doesn't mean a lot to you guys, I suppose, but you can see certain videos making that amount of money, which is awesome. It's crazy that Cricket 19 still made 60 quid this year, almost. And here are where I make most of my money. So £27 came from Super Chats. That's awesome. But there you go. That is the analytics review. I don't really have much more to say other than a big thank you, really, to everyone for all of your support over the last 5.5 years, pretty much now. I've celebrated my 5-year YouTube anniversary in September and actually got the new PC on that day. That as if it was meant to happen that way. It's crazy. But, it's been a tough year for everyone, I think. And, we all look into 2021 with such optimism. But, I just want to say a massive thank you for standing by me for so long, for keep on tuning in the content. If I could encourage you to do anything a little bit more, if you could, would be to hit the like button, get involved down in the comment section. I do read every single comment that I get. I do heart every single comment that's appropriate that I get. I reply to a lot of them as well. So, do hit that like button. Do get involved down in the comment section. Do share it on Twitter. Share it with your friends, that sort of thing. Because that sort of thing is what helps. That's what helps feed the algorithm, really. Showing that people are engaged in the content, that they're enjoying the content. Don't be one of the silent people that loves the content but never do anything about it. Because there's probably somebody just like you at home that would enjoy the video just as much, and sharing is caring and all of that. And if there's one thing I've learned this year, it's that my content amazingly does help some people through tough times. I've had lots of lovely comments this year about people saying that it's really helped them through lockdown to go back through the archives. And I even had a crazy message from the creator of Snooker Manager 1989 when I did that on the retro show. got a comment a couple of days ago from the guy that actually wrote the game, saying thank you so much for covering this, and you know, he actually became a member of the channel as well, so a massive thank you for that, John. And you know, it's just one of them pinch me moments of, you know, and obviously I took part in the Virtual World Snooker Championship this year. I can't believe I've not even mentioned that so far in this video, but that was a huge honour, and you know, I've got such great memories of doing that, and you know, getting involved in that. I'm still gutted that I didn't get through the semi-final, you know, but that's the way it goes at the end of the day, and hey, yeah, that's snooker, and I just hope they maybe do one this year with the way the world's going. Who knows whether we will have the World Championship. I hope they don't play it at the Marshall Arena, but hey ho, they probably will, let's be honest. But there you go. That is 2020 in a nutshell. I apologise, it's been a near 41-minute video. I do apologise for that. But please have a happy and safe evening for the rest of 2020, what's left of it. And please, you know, feel free to let me know how you're getting on. You know, it doesn't matter if it's related to the video. If you want to have a chat, leave a comment down below. I can't promise I'll reply straight away, but I will reply eventually. I sort of have a couple of days a week where I go through my comments and heart them all and reply to those that need replies and whatever. So please let me know how you're doing. Have a wonderful and safe 2021. Hopefully by this time next year we'll have essentially our normal lives back, whatever that may look like, and hopefully we can end on happier terms at the end of next year, which is now my 6th on YouTube. Crazy, isn't it, how time flies? 6th year on YouTube. Wow. But a massive thank you for everything that you've done. And make sure you leave a like on this video if you have enjoyed it. Any suggestions, any future suggestions that you want to let me know down in the comments below. And thank you very much for watching. Happy New Year, everyone. Good luck in 2021. Goodbye.